Hi, thanks for joining me today. We are going to do some simple stretches for our shoulders and upper back. This is a no mat required little sequence. The only thing I would like for you to have is a yoga strap. Something about, this one I think is about 9 feet long. If you don't have a yoga strap, you can always take 2 scarves and tie them together so that you have enough length. This we will use at the end, so you can just set that off to the side once you have gathered your strap. And I'm here in my riding outfit today because this is something that I want you to be able to do right before you get on your horse, or if you're traveling and your neck and shoulders and really feel tense and tight. This is a great little stretch that you can do anywhere, anytime. So again, no mat required, but we are going to start in a mountain pose. So we want to have our feet hip distance apart. Think of aligning the skeletal structure so that the bones of the legs stack up. The spine is nice and long. The shoulders are nice and wide. Collarbones nice and wide. Shoulders sliding onto the back of the body. Let the arms come down by your side. And then just close the eyes for a few moments to just connect with your breath. Just notice the breath moving gently in and out of the nose. And you can begin to take a deeper inhale and a longer exhale. Just allowing a few moments for your awareness to just land in the space that you are in today. And then gently let the eyes open. So we'll start with just a few simple releases for the shoulders. So as you take your next inhale, shrug the shoulders up towards the ears, high as you can. And then as you exhale, let the shoulders release. Do that a few more times. Inhale, shrug the shoulders up. Think of all those muscles tightening. And then exhale, see if you can let all those muscles release. One more time. Inhale, shrug the shoulders up. And exhale, release the shoulders down. And now start with some simple shoulder rolls. So we're just going to roll the shoulders forward, up, back, and down. Just kind of exploring your range of motion here. And notice if one moves differently than the other because of our dominant arm. We tend to have tightness in one shoulder more than the other, so notice that. And then take that movement from both shoulders at the same time to just one shoulder at a time, just alternating. And you might notice you have a little bit more range of motion just doing one shoulder, but just see how that feels. Good. So one more time on each side. And then come back to center. Float the arms all the way up and overhead. Reach up through the fingertips. Think of the shoulders now just settling down away from the ears, gliding down the back of the body. And then exhale, float the arms down. Now let's take the right arm. Bring the right arm across the front of the body and either take hold of, actually let's take hold of the forearm. So just draw that arm across the front of the chest till you feel a nice stretch in the back of the shoulder. Again, don't compromise your alignment in your standing posture. And again, this is something you can also do seated if you want, but don't, this first part, but don't, pull and let the hip drop and things like that. And then very gently rotate the gaze to the right. So just looking over that right shoulder. Inhale and exhale. And then very gently come back to center. Rotate the gaze to the left. Just feeling that stretch in the side of the neck. And then back to center. And then slide the hand to the elbow. We're going to bring the arm up and overhead. Bend the elbow and bring the palm down towards the midline of the body. So my hand is kind of right resting on the base of my neck. Depends on your flexibility. Your arm may be in a different place, or your arm may be up a little higher, or your elbow may be a little further out to the side. But we're getting this nice stretch in the tricep muscle. Inhale and exhale. And then release the hands, float the arms all the way up and overhead. Exhale, release the hands down. And then sun breath once again. Inhale, float the arms up. shoulders relaxing. Exhale, release the hands down. So we'll take that stretch on the other side. So now bring the left arm across the midline of the body, and make sure as you do that, the shoulder's staying relaxed. So don't let that shoulder hunch up towards the ear. Inhale and exhale. And then gently rotate your gaze to the left. Notice how that may change sensation you're feeling in the shoulder or the neck. And then bring it back to center, and then gently rotate the gaze to the right. Make sure you're breathing. And then come back again to center. Again, release the arms all the way. Oh, sorry, forgot that tricep stretch on this side. So hold on to that elbow. And as we're holding onto the elbow, we're not trying to pull it more to the midline. We're just holding onto the elbow, and think of letting your elbow release into, that arm release into the support of that right hand, so that it can release maybe a little deeper. And again, this is another one that you might find big difference side to side. Inhale and exhale. And then again, release the arms all the way up and overhead. Float the arms down by your side. Good. So inhale again, float the arms all the way up and overhead. And this time we're going to exhale into a chair pose. So bend the knees out over the toes, bring the sit bones behind you. Inhale and exhale. So we're adding a little work here for the legs. And again, if you're seated, you can still do this just like this. You can sit on the edge of that chair and bring those arms overhead. Inhale and exhale. Now bend the elbows to a cactus position and then extend them back up. So now we're asking those muscles to work a little bit. Exhale, bend those elbows to a cactus position. Think of the shoulder blades drawing towards the spine, and then extend the arms back up. Good, one more time like that. Exhale and inhale. Good. Now this time we're going to exhale, bend those elbows, and then as we inhale, we're going to bring the arms forward, elbows, forearms, palms touch, and then open the arms again back out to the side. Think of those shoulder blades drawing towards the spine, so you get that stretch to the front of the chest, and then bring the arms again back in front. Two more times like that. Inhaling. Good. And exhale. Good. Once again, inhale. And exhale. Then press into the palms, come all the way overhead, wide arms this time, lift the heart and the sternum, and then exhale, release the hands down behind you, interlace the fingers, press down through the knuckles. So if the palms come together, great. If not, kind of square off the wrists a little bit. So either variation is fine there, but same thing, open up through the front of the chest, draw the shoulder blades together. Make sure the lowest ribs aren't jutting forward, so lowest ribs drawing towards the hips, and gently rotate the gaze to the right. Inhale back to center. Exhale, rotate the gaze to the left and back to center, and then release the hands. Once again, float the arms all the way up. Palms together this time. Exhale, bring the hands to the heart. So we're going to use our strap for a couple stretches here. So let's take the strap, and as you hold onto the strap, kind of even it out. And as you hold onto it, usually when we hold onto something, we have the thumb on the bottom and the fingers on top so we can grip it really tight. But I want this strap to slide in your hand. So I want you to bring the thumb on top with the fingers so that it's very easy for this strap to slide in your hand. And kind of have your grip even. So if you hold it out, you know, the ends are even as they drop down towards the mat. So we're going to bring the arms all the way up and overhead. Bring the arms a little wider, let them slide out a little bit. And then as you exhale, you're going to start to bring the arms behind you just to the height of your chest and shoulders. So what we want to get is this nice opening across the front of the chest. And let the arms slide out as far as you need to so that your elbows can stay soft. So the elbows aren't locked, the elbows aren't bent. So we get this nice opening through the front of the chest. This can be intense because of all of our tech stuff that we do, rounding the shoulders forward, typically very tight through the front of the chest. So inhale, float the arms back up. Notice the difference, how far apart your arms are now. And then exhale, release the hands back again, shoulder height. Do that two more times. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, arms back to that shoulder height. Inhale and exhale. Now, bring the arms overhead, bring your right hand down towards your hip, press up through the left hand. So think of the right shoulder blade tucking and drawing in towards the spine. Even though that left arm is extended up, think of that left shoulder blade tucking and drawing in towards the spine. So we have this diagonal energy moving, that hands are moving away from each other. We're going to think of those shoulder blades coming towards the spine. And then bring the arms overhead and then switch to the opposite side. So now left arm pressing down, right arm pressing up, shoulder blades drawing up and towards the midline. So think of them diagonally drawing towards each other and towards the spine. Good. And then once again, bring the arms all the way up and overhead and release the hands down. Do a little roll of the shoulders. Notice how that feels. So we're going to do a little use the strap to help us a little bit with these rounded shoulders. So we've got the shoulders nice and warmed up. So you're going to take the strap, bring it behind you, right up, kind of think of bringing it up under the armpits. And then kind of as you bring it forward, kind of even it out so the ends are the same length. And then you're going to cross it back over your shoulder, either side, and then kind of check and make sure that it's still right up at the top. And then we're going to, from here, the straps are now hanging on either side. You're going to crisscross them in back. So take hold of opposite strap. So it's kind of crossed between the shoulder blades. And then you're going to hold onto those straps and just gently bring the hands a little like diagonally forward. So we're not pressing them down. So a little diagonally forward till you feel how that strap across the front of the shoulder is just gently helping to pull the shoulders back. You've seen a lot of, there's a lot of aids that you can buy, shoulder posture correctors and all that stuff. So this is a kind of a make your own to do for a few minutes while you're on the mat. Now you don't want to pull so hard that you kind of hyperextend through the lower back. The lower back's not going to like that. So again, just find that position and then notice the muscles we want to activate are these muscles between the shoulder blades. So thinking of activating those muscles between the shoulder blades, and then we'll gradually let this release, keeping those shoulder blades, the muscles between the shoulder blades, those rhomboid muscles active, so that that's what starts to hold our shoulders back and not relying on these artificial aids like these little straps and different posture correctors that we can use. So again, find your breath, maybe close the eyes, notice how you feel. Notice if it feels like your shoulders are a little bit more on the back of your body than the front of your body. Inhale and exhale. And then very gently let the eyes open. So thank you for joining me for this video today. And again, this sequence is something you can do anywhere. If you have a little space, you have level ground. Again, you can do most of it seated, pretty much all of it seated, and helpful for when you ride, before you get on, to give you that idea of the posture, all the things that we did to start with, kind of warm up the muscles in the shoulders and get some nice stretches. And then when we use the strap, we get that nice opening through the front of the body. So we're stretching these tight muscles, these pec muscles in the front. And then with this little contraption, then we are learning to engage those rhomboid muscles to support those shoulder blades staying on the back of the body instead of rounding forward. So thanks again for joining me today. I hope to see you sometime soon in the saddle or on the mat. Please subscribe to my channel. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video, and check out Grey Horse Yoga in the info section below. Bye-bye.